Mission timer initialized.
Medic reporting. Moving out.
Engineering.
Ready and waiting.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. On my way.
Yes,
King
sir.
and country.
Affirmative. Very well. At once. Very well. At once. Yes, sir. Very well. Agreed. At once. Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well. At once. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Medic reporting. Out. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Awaiting orders. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. On my way.
Ready and waiting. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Commander, for king and country.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. At once. Yes, sir. Of course.
Lost.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative. Affirmative. Moving out. Moving out.
Reporting.
Medic reporting. Moving out.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative. Commander, for king and country. On my way. Engineering.
Yes, sir.
Engineering.
40 minutes remaining. Explosive charge placed.
Medic reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Indeed. Indeed. Indeed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Very well.
Commander, on my
Awaiting
way.
orders. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Engineering. Commander. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Acknowledged. At once. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Commander, for king and country. On my way, indeed. On my way. On my way. For king and country. On my way. On my way. For king and country. Indeed. For king and country. On my way.
Reporting.
Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. 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 Of course.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting. Very well.
Yes, sir. Very well. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Ready and
Awaiting
waiting.
orders. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Agreed. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
reporting. Affirmative. Moving out. Moving out.
Reporting.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out.
Ready and waiting.
Acknowledged. Agreed. At once. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once.
Engineering.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Of course. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Agreed.
Awaiting orders. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Affirmative.
sir.
Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Agreed. At once. Very well.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Awaiting orders.
Explosive charge placed.
Yes, affirmative.
Reinforcements
Yes, sir.
arrived.
Affirmative.
Reporting. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Reporting. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Very well.
Awaiting orders, sir.
Ready and waiting. Very
30
well.
minutes
Affirmative. At
remaining.
once. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Of course. Affirmative. At once. Very well. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Commander. For king and
Yes,
country.
sir. Affirmative. At once. Agreed.
Explosive charge placed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Medic
Affirmative.
reporting. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Reporting. Affirmative. Agreed. At once.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Of course.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Very well.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting. Of course. At once. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Ready and waiting.
Yes, sir. Engineering. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Agreed. Very well. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very well. Of course. At once.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Engineering.
Reporting. At once.
Yes, sir.
Engineering. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Medic reporting. Medic reporting. Moving out.
Reporting and waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Of course.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving out.
Commander. Indeed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Engineering.
Acknowledged.
Engineering. Sir. On my way. For king and country. On my way.
Unit lost.
once. Affirmative. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting. At once. Of course. Very well. Affirmative. Very well.
Engineering.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Engineering.
Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Medic reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Very well.
Engineering.
20
Affirmative.
minutes
Reporting.
remaining.
Affirmative. At once.
Unit lost. Explosive charge placed.
Agreed. Agreed. Yes, sir.
Yes, affirmative. Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Awaiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes,
At
affirmative.
once. Agreed. Very well. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Very well. At once. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Affirmative.
sir. At once. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Of course. Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting. At once. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. Ready and waiting.
Engineering.
Ready and waiting. At once. Very well. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative. At once.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. At once.
Engineering.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Engineering.
Reporting.
Waiting orders. Agreed. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Ready and waiting.
Engineering.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very well. Very well. Affirmative. Yes, sir. At once.
Awaiting
At
orders.
once. At once.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Explosive charge
Awaiting orders.
placed.
Affirmative. Very well. At once.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting at once. Agreed.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Explosive charge?
Yes, sir.
Placed.
Engineering.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
At once. At once. At once. Affirmative. Of course. Of course. Yes, sir.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
10 minutes remaining.
Very well. At once. Affirmative. At once. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Engineering. Engineering. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Engineering.
Yes, sir. At once.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Report. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Engineering.
No, affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative.
Engineering.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative.
Affirmative. Very well. Agreed. Affirmative. At once. At once. At once. Reporting. Agreed.
Yes, affirmative.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Very well. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Explosive
At once.
charge placed.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Affirmative.
At once. At once. At once. Very well.
Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Yes, affirmative.
Awaiting order. Very well.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. At once.
Explosive mission accomplished.